Hi everyone, this is the Car and Bike Show. I'm Siddharth Vinayak Patankar. Thank you for joining us. Now there were months that went by, literally a long period of time where I didn't have the chance to say, here's the latest from Maruti Suzuki. But over the last few months, that has changed. There's been one new product after another. It is the turn of the new generation of India's best-selling car over a long period of time. The Alto has returned. Here's our take on it.
It's an extremely popular car that's been on sale in India for more than 2 decades now. 43 lakh Altos have been sold during this period, and the more powerful K10 has played a significant role in achieving that number. And now, after being absent for more than 2.5 years, it's back, and it's unlike anything it was in its previous avatar.
Well, what's changed? A lot. The Alto K10 is a brand new car in almost every sense. A brand new design, very likable, a lot more curvy than what it was. It was very boxy earlier, now definitely more attractive. Somewhat reminds you of the new generation of the Celerio. Starting with the face, you see this honeycomb pattern grille with an all black look. Above that you see the Suzuki logo in chrome. New headlamps, new bumper, a redesigned front, a redesigned face of the car. As I said, looks attractive. This sizzling metallic red color you see here is amongst the 6 color options you can choose from. 3 color options are absolutely new on the new Alto K10.
Apart from this sizzling red, 2 other new colors are Earth Gold and Speedy Blue. However, there are no DRLs here, unlike the Espresso.
Now you come to the profile, and the first thing you see are the 13-inch wheels that are standard on the car. However, what is not standard are these wheel covers. On the lower variants, you only get small caps in the center and not the entire wheel cover. That's the case with the body color door handle as well. It's not there on all the versions of the car. You also get the black color on the mirrors, which is a bit odd for me. They could have thought about giving the body color at least on this highest VXI Plus version of the car. On the base version, you also get black bumper and not the body color bumper. But overall, if you look at the silhouette, the style of the car, again very likable from the profile, just as it was on the front, and that's the case with the rear as well.
Be it looks or dimensions, the K10 is quite different from the Alto 800. It is 85mm longer and 45mm taller. Although the width is the same, the wheelbase is longer by a good 20mm. For a more exclusive look, Maruti is also offering 2 customization packs with the car called Impacto and Glinto. Stay tuned to CNB to get more info about these packs soon. Now, let's step inside the car.
A new look of the cabin inside the new Alto K10, starting with the 7-inch SmartPlay Studio touchscreen. It's nice, it's responsive, has good colors, and even in bright light you can have a look at it. That's nice. It's compatible with both Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, though a rear parking camera is missing here. Maybe Maruti could have thought about giving that at least in this top version of the car. Another big addition is the steering mounted controls. So that's nice touch, although you only see them in this top trim of the car. And then you also get a new instrument cluster on the Alto K10. We've seen this on the Espresso, and now it's been given to the Alto K10 as well. Ergonomically, I quite like the car. A lot of storage options between the seats, on the doors. For a car that's this compact and small, that's a good touch on the Alto K10.
The SmartPlay Studio and all the features that come with it are present only on the top VXI Plus. In fact, the 2 lowest variants get no infotainment option at all. You also get a USB point along with a 12-volt socket here and manual AC. Maruti says the knee room on the front row has gone up from before. However, what you're looking at is the top of the line VXI version of the car. The base standard version does not get basic features like an air conditioner, power windows, or even a power steering.
Now Now look at this, despite the compact size, I'm not really complaining too much about the space I get on the second row. Despite my height, I'm getting decent knee room, good headroom, and shoulder room also is good if 2 people are sitting here. Of course, for 3 people, it will be a bit of a struggle. The seats themselves are quite comfortable, not complaining on that front as well. And the under-thigh support is also not bad. However, what you don't get on the second row are power windows or adjustable headrests, even on this top version of the car. So that's a bit of a compromise if you decide to buy the Alto K10.
According to Maruti, the rear passengers now sit a little higher in the new Alto K10, thereby giving them a clearer view of the road. The car also gets speakers on all the 4 doors that has enhanced the audio output inside the cabin. You get a boot space of 214 liters, though none of the variants apart from the top VXi Plus get a parcel tray. The new Gen K10C engine has taken the place of the older K10B engine on the Alto K10. The 998cc 3-cylinder DualJet dual VVT motor makes around 66 brake horsepower at 5,500 rpm and 89 Newton meters at 3,500 rpm.
Now the thing that really works in the favor of the Alto K10 is its less weight. So you get a good power to weight ratio. This is a nice peppy engine. It's decent on power with 66 bhp. So that with the lesser weight of the car combines to give you quite a peppy fun drive. Looking at the segment this car comes in. Now we've tried today with 1 people, 2 people, even 3 people sitting in the car, and I didn't have any complaints with respect to the response the engine gave me looking at the weight the car was carrying. Yes, I'm driving an AGS right now, which is the AMT version of the car, and as many of you are aware, the changes do take time, the gear changes, and you have to be a little patient with the AGS. The good thing is that you can take the gear controls in your hand, you can change them manually, and your drive then becomes a little more peppier than what you get on the automatic version in the car.
Remember, if you do want the AGS with the Alto, the K10 is your only option, as the 800 comes with just a manual variant.
Another highlight of the Alto K10 is of course its fuel efficiency. A lot of you do buy this car for that factor alone, and here it doesn't matter if you're driving a manual or an AGS, you're getting between 24 and 25 kilometers per liter. Well, at least that's the claim mileage on the car. So after having driven close to 100 kilometers today on this drive, my average fuel efficiency the car is showing is 17.3 kilometers per liter, which is not bad at all.
The claimed fuel efficiency is even higher than the Alto 800, which delivers 22.05 kilometers per liter with the manual gearbox.
Talking about the ride quality on this car, yes, you do feel that suspension is a bit on the stiffer side, and especially at high speeds, you do feel the undulations on the bumps you come across on the road. But in regular city traffic, the car goes smoothly, and there's nothing much to complain about on that front in your average city speeds.
A turning radius of 4.5 meters keeps you at ease while driving this car in the city traffic. But when the road turns really bad, a ground clearance of 134mm is all you get on the Alto K10. So yes, you do need to be a little careful.
Another thing I like on the Alto K10 is its seat position. So I'm getting a nice clear view of the road, and this is a car that's small, compact. It's not supposed to have a seat that is really high. Neither does it get a seat height adjustment feature, but the seat height is still quite nice, and I am feeling very comfortable sitting here. I'm getting a nice clear view of the road that only increases my confidence as a driver while driving this car.
It was now time for me to switch to the manual version of the Alto K10, which came in the new speedy blue color.
If you compare this manual to the AGS, you're definitely getting a faster pickup and acceleration on this version of the car. So if you love to drive, you will definitely love the manual more than the AGS. Talking about the gear shift, the throws are quite short, so the gear changes happen very fast and you like that. Though it's a bit notchy, but overall it's a good package, this gearbox. And then the clutch, it is quite light enough to not give you too much trouble when you use it frequently in the city traffic.
The new Alto K10 comes with 15 safety features in all. Dual airbags, ABS with EBD and reverse parking sensors are being offered as standard on the car. It is built on the company's Heartect platform, which with the use of more high-strength steel has ensured good safety overall, though we do not have any crash test ratings so far for the Alto K10. Our recent visit to the brand's R&D center though did reveal the stringent crash tests cars from Maruti Suzuki go through. On to the prices. The new Alto K10 starts at 3.99 lakh rupees and goes up to 5.33 lakh rupees ex-showroom for the 4 manual trims. The AGS is available only in VXI and above and is priced between 5.49 and 5.83 lakh rupees ex-showroom. Its main rival, the Renault Kwid, with its 1-litre engine is priced between 4.74 and 5.54 lakh rupees for the manual variants. The 2 AMT trims are priced at 5.78 and 5.99 lakh rupees ex-showroom. The new Alto K10 then is a much improved car than earlier. Especially when it comes to design and features, it takes things a few notches higher. For the budget conscious, it remains a wise option in the market, perhaps wiser than before.
Welcome back. Now, this is the N line of the Hyundai i20. The N line is basically like a trim, but you also globally have the Hyundai N models, which are the performance models. We still don't have them here in India, but I think there's a case for bringing them here. Let me introduce you to that with a very potent model from that entire portfolio. It is the Elantra N.
When most of us hear the name N-Line, we instantly know that whatever the car tagged with this nomenclature, it's going to be a hoot. Absolutely kick-ass. But you know what? That's sadly not what we get in India.
I think what Hyundai needs to decide now is who it is as a brand, and especially in an Indian context. What I mean is, it's one thing being a mass player, bringing a whole lot of features, new design and all that excitement. You know, Hyundai is already known for that. It's time to now become a leader in terms of technology and innovation and performance. Something like the N brand does that. Doesn't have to be high volume, but it really sets you apart from the rest of the crowd because nobody else is really doing it at this level, and especially the brands that operate in a big way in India. So, you know what, guys? Enough of the N line. Just getting in a new trim isn't as exciting, isn't as worthy as bringing in an N model like the Elantra N.
And there's a reason we say that. Because the N is a machine that's the loony version of the car. Something that a section of the public enjoys. It's spontaneous, fun, and sounds like,
Yep, it's a nice angry sounding motor. It makes a lot of noise when you want it to. You put it into the N mode and lots of pops, crackles, and whole lot of growling. You know what? That's the theater you want to enjoy, and that's the reason you buy a car like this. So, full marks to the N division for developing it, keeping all of that in mind.
There's a 2-liter turbocharged engine making 276 brake horsepower, and there's a massive 392 Newton meters of torque. And Siddharth was basking in the glory of all that horsepower on offer.
You know, I can't decide what I'm enjoying more. Is it the sheer amount of power at my disposal and how beautifully that gets delivered, or just the handling? It's so precise, it's amazing. The car holds a corner beautifully, it comes out doing exactly that. A lot of precision. And you know, I have to respect the Hyundai Motor Group for bringing in the right people, the right talent when they did. It's now been a few years and we're seeing the fruits of that labor. The teams that are working under Albert Biermann, they're just delivering one exciting car after another. The Elantra N, to me, in many ways, is a culmination of a whole lot of that effort. The engineering on this thing is very impressive.
The cabin impresses too because it complements the way the car drives. Yes, it's sportier looking. That's been achieved by using sports seats with aggressive bolsters, metal accented pedals, and a smattering of N badges. Rear seat passenger space is good too, and there's a trunk big enough to gobble up your weekend shopping. Then there's the 10.3-inch infotainment system and a similarly sized instrument cluster which adds to the appeal. You get Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and a lot more as standard features. So yes, it's got a lot going for it. Now India is still to get a proper N model. We have the i20 N line for now. But apart from a tuned suspension and slightly sporty steering geometry, there's not much of a difference in power. An Elantra N then would really stir things up and take aim at cars like the Skoda Octavia. And that would be an interesting battle for sure.
Now I can tell you, I had an absolute blast driving that car. Wouldn't you like to see it here in India? Well, at least other N models, if not the Elantra. And that new generation Elantra, we haven't got that either, right? Looks really sharp. Please react to it. With that, it's time for me to say goodbye, but not before I remind you to always wear your helmets or your seat belts, and join me next week. Bye-bye.